Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Will Dupree, coming to you from the KXAN live studio for Today in Texas Politics. It is a somber day today for so many. Today marks 2 years since that deadly school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, and the community is gathering in lots of different ways to honor the 21 people who lost their lives that day and the loved ones they now leave behind. As you can hear, church bells rang in a memorial service to remember the 21 victims, including those 19 fourth-grade students killed in the shooting. The names of the victims were also read aloud at the prayer vigil. Here they are now. And butterflies were released in the victims' memory. A committee is working on a permanent memorial to these victims and support for mental health services for those affected by the shooting. But the effort to build a new school is short millions of dollars. Ryan Chandler takes an in-depth look at those delays.
2 years after tragedy, Robb Elementary and much of Uvalde itself is frozen in time. Efforts to move forward and build again have been plagued by delays and deficits. As Uvalde looks toward its future, they can't build it alone. Their next chapter is still searching for support. For the 21, time stops.
Irma's daughter just graduated from high school. Seeing that, knowing that that's happening, breaks my heart, knowing that life's going on and they're missing out, right?
There's a tension in this town nowadays.
How can we move forward, or heal correctly?
Between the past and the future.
We can't 100% be satisfied. I mean, we don't have our daughter here.
To some, the family's fight for answers disrupts a place not used to so many lawsuits and live news reports. Calls for accountability clash, with others clamoring for normalcy.
It's churning up a slight division or resentment in the community by those who initially showed support but might be getting weary of having their town synonymous with a mass shooting. Again, it's just a casualty of this mass shooting epidemic we have that transforms towns like Uvalde, into pariahs.
Uvalde is looking towards another kind of transformation, a state-of-the-art school breaking ground, hoping to welcome a new generation next fall. But the $60 million project relies on private donations, and they're $20 million short. Why is the state or the city or the federal government not helping these efforts?
I believe they are helping some, but as far as trying to get it built quicker, there's a lot of red tape using all federal funds. So when the foundation was created was to help speed up the process. They expected certain monies to be collected, and some things haven't happened. But I believe that in the next year and a half, it should be done.
Uvalde is used to being underfunded and overlooked. Their newest school was built in the 80s, but if they can raise the funds, they hope to build a new chapter out of tragedy.
It's not just a cookie-cutter school that's being put here. This design is ours. It was brought up by Uvalde individuals for our children, so hopefully it's something that we can be proud of.
That was Ryan Chandler reporting that particular story. And we want to say that coming up later this evening, there is a memorial planned at 6:30, or rather 7:30 this evening, to remember those victims and create a candlelight vigil for them. Today is also the last day to vote early in the Texas primary runoff elections. Voters are still deciding who will be their party's nominee in a number of races all across the state. Polls will remain open until 7 tonight, so there is still time to be able to go and vote out there. And at 10 o'clock in some locations here in Travis County. You can check out our website, KXAN.com, for more details about that. However, one race that we're really watching very closely is happening in southeast Texas, a little far from Austin, but It centers on Texas House Speaker Dade Phelan. He is trying to retain his seat against a Trump-backed challenger named David Covey, and it's turning out to be the most expensive Texas House race in the state's history. Our Monica Madden is following the money.
Let's stand with President Trump to defeat Dade Phelan and the Democrats.
Speaker Dade Phelan is fighting back.
Southeast Texans in a small House district bombarded with TV ads.
It's time for Dade Phelan to go.
In the most watched Republican primary runoff race this cycle, House Speaker Dade Phelan spending millions to keep his seat. New filings with the Texas Ethics Commission show the speaker spent $3.4 million since the end of February. His opponent,
I'm David Covey,
spending $1.5 million in the same period. Even more money is going to ads directly attacking Phelan.
One of the most expensive primary challenges, certainly in Texas, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's the case, across the United States.
So who is funding these campaigns? According to records from TEC, Phelan's top donor is a PAC fully funded by a Las Vegas casino group owner. His second biggest donor is the Associated Republicans of Texas, and then a Plano home builder, Rod Sanders. For Covey, his top donor is an Amarillo businessman, Alex Fairley, then a PAC run by the West Texas billionaire Tim Dunn, and third, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick.
He forgot about Southeast Texas.
Most of the donations coming from outside the district.
So I think we can think about the influx of cash as being part of this more nationalized way of thinking about politics.
Experts say it's a pattern not just in Texas, but may impact the future of the Republican Party here. Monica Madden, KXAN News.
Election Day is Tuesday, May 28th, and we, of course, will be your local election headquarters following the results and sharing with you those in real time. So stay with us next week as we work to see who wins and comes out ahead in these Texas primary runoffs. Finally today, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is set to undergo a medical procedure this evening and will transfer power temporarily to his deputy, Kathleen Hicks. This is all according to a statement today from the Pentagon's press secretary. Austin is still dealing with bladder issues that arose in December following his treatment for prostate cancer. The press secretary said the procedure is elective and minimally invasive and is not related to his cancer diagnosis. This public disclosure today comes after he faced criticism earlier this year for not immediately informing the president or Congress about his prostate cancer diagnosis or hospitalization. You can watch our statewide politics program, State of Texas, coming up this Sunday morning. That's at 8:30 on KXAN, or stay tuned for 9:30 p.m., a repeat of the show on CW Austin. Check it out for a special episode with our host, Josh Hinkle, and investigative reporter, Matt Grant. We want to thank you all again for watching here this evening. We will see you back here at another time. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend and your Friday. I'm Will Dupree in the KXAN Live studio. Take care. See you soon.